Now, this isn't one of my usual practical films. I'm not going to show you how to do something or anything like that. It's not an activity. It's just a really neat little animal. It's an animal you very rarely see above the surface, and it's just an opportunity to show you something quite cool. An animal I rather like. The history of this thing is that my wife, who's behind the camera, Kerry, discovered it running around on the concrete here. We don't know quite what happened. We think the neighbour's cat might have caught it. One of Britain's coolest little mammals. Look at that. It's a mole. And you don't often see moles. I think he's a bit of a youngster, although he's fully grown, but I think he's a little bit naive, which is why we've got him out and about. He is absolutely splendid, and you very rarely see them above the surface. They spend nearly all their life underground. The back feet aren't quite as important. It's the front feet that do all the hard work. They are absolutely perfect little tunnelers, and believe me, he's quite strong. He's using his incredibly powerful front legs, which he can't fold flat onto the ground like most animals. He can only hold them out to the sides. They just act like little shovels to push the soil away, so he can literally lever his way through the ground. Look at that, you can just see his tiny little eyes. They're smaller than pinheads. Then you've got that really funny little bendy, flexible nose, and that is the mole's secret weapon. It's covered with thousands of tiny little sensory organs called Imer's organs, which allow the mole to pick up the tiniest vibrations, taste and smell of its prey, which is mainly earthworms and beetle larvae, that sort of thing. But it's also got lots of little sensitive hairs called vibrissae. I guess they look a bit like whiskers, and they do kind of the same job, but they're much more important to the mole. It makes up for the lack of its eyes and hearing. You can see them all around the snout there, and also on the front of these incredibly broad spade-like forefeet, and on its tail as well, so that mole can sense its way forwards and backwards in the burrow, just like a little underground tube train. Unlike a lot of mammals, its fur doesn't go in one direction. You can stroke a mole both forwards and back, and that allows our mole to go forwards and backwards in its burrow. It can reverse just as effectively as it can go forward. The mole's social world is dominated by smell, and they have little glands on the side of their bottom which leave a very characteristic smell in their burrow. And as they go round, any other mole that stumbles upon the burrow system of this fella will know it belongs to another mole just by the smell of the tunnels. Obviously they're quite common in that we see their activities, or the evidence of their activities, in the form of molehills, but people don't like moles generally, and I don't think that's mainly because very few people actually bother to look at one. We tend to look at them as pests. They don't actually do much damage at all. I love these little things, partly because they are the underdog. I stick up for the underdog all the time. And just look at that. This is my first mole in the garden, so I'm very excited by him. He's got loads of dirt under his fingernails. Look at that. Obviously didn't know he was going to be on telly. Now we've finished enjoying one of Britain's most mysterious and arguably most specialised mammals. I think I'm going to release him over the road where there's plenty of earthworms and lots of grass. So I'll pop him back in the bucket and we'll take him across the road.